Welcome to lecture number 9, where we will be continuing with module number 2 on the subject financial management. So as we know that in module number 2, we have to see time value of money. Okay, where we've already seen meaning, we have seen how to calculate the future value of a single cash flow and annuity. We have already seen how to calculate simple interest, compound interest. We were dealing with present value of a single cash flow, annuity and perpetuity in our previous lecture. So just today, in today's lecture, we will be continuing with some few more problems on present value. So we'll be continuing the problems on present value and we'll be just revising the formula on present value of single cash flow, annuity and perpetuity. So as we know, time value money techniques, there are two techniques, that is discounting and compounding. Now discount rate, when do you apply? When you have to calculate the present value. And compounding interest rate, when do you use, or you use that technique when you have to calculate the two techniques where we can find out the present value with the help of discounting techniques and future value with the help of compounding techniques. Next, just let us take a quick recap of present value before we proceed with these problems. So, in case of single cash flow, in case of calculating the present value of a single cash flow, the formula is present value is equal to future value divided by 1 plus r raised to n. There is one more formula, students, which we have seen during solving our problems. That is, we can also do what? PV is equal to, that is present value is equals to cash flow, whatever is a single cash flow, into present value factor. So even if you do that with the help of table, instead of solving this particular formula, even if you use the formula of cash flow into present value factor, you will still get the same answer for calculating the single cash flow. So can anyone tell me which table number will I get the present value factor that I have to use for single cash flow? Yes.
Table
Number 3.
number 1.
Table number 3,
Okay,
ma'am.
very good. Similarly, multiple, yes, very good, students. Similarly, multiple unequal cash flow where there is more than one single cash flow, that is multiple series of cash flow, but which is unequal. So for that, again, you have two formulas. Either you can individually solve for each cash flow using this particular formula, that is future value divided by 1 plus r raised to n, or alternatively what you can do is prepare a table and then use the other formula, that is cash flow into present value factor. So when you individually do for each year, okay, for each individual cash flow, then you the total that you will get the present value of multiple unequal cash flow. Again, for this, when you're using the tables, you have to use the table of a single cash flow, because first you're calculating individually for each year and then taking a total. So for single cash flow and multiple unequal cash flow, you have to take the table number 3. Next, we have seen deferred annuity, that how to calculate present value of a deferred annuity, and annuity due. So for deferred annuity, again, it is a very simple formula. You have to do cash flow into present value annuity factor. Particular factor you will find in table number 4, which can be found out by using R and N, rate of interest, which will be given horizontally and number of years given vertically. Similar annuity due, that is the cash flow arising at the beginning of the period. So here the present value is nothing but cash flow into 1 plus present value annuity factor, where you have to find this factor using R and N. But in case of annuity due, you have to always minus 1 in the N. So suppose if it is 6 years minus 1, then you have to see 5 years. So this is for annuity due. Then in case of present value, we have also seen something called as perpetuity. Okay, what is perpetuity? Where the series of cash flow arise up to an indefinite period of time. Okay, so how to calculate present value of a perpetuity is very simple. Take the annual cash flow divided by discount rate. Now, why discount rate? We call the rate as discount rate and not interest rate, because we are going to find out the present value. So annual cash flow divided by discount rate. Similarly, for present value of growing cash flow up to infinity in case of perpetuity. So where there is growth rate in case of perpetuity, the formula will be present value is equals to cash flow divided by discount rate minus growth rate. So this was the complete quick revision what we did in respect of the formulas of present value. Now let us move ahead with the problems. I think we had completed 7 problems under present value. Now moving ahead to problem number 8. Okay, so next, what is the present value of a 5-year annuity of rupees 2000 at 10%? So this is a very simple problem. When we know it as annuity of rupees 2000, so annuity, the word itself means it is a series of equal payment. So it is for equal cash flow. Okay, and if nothing is mentioned, if the annuity is at the beginning of the year or is at the end of the year, students always assume, always consider that the cash flow is arising at the end of the period. Once again, I repeat, if the problem is silent about when the annuity is arising, whether at the beginning or end of the period, always assume, always consider it to arise at the end of the period. So what is the present value of a 5-year annuity of rupees 2000 at 10%? So first of all, they are telling you to find out the present value. Since annuity, the word annuity itself means multiple equal cash flow. Now, if the problem is silent, you have to always consider it as a deferred annuity. And what is the formula to calculate present value of a deferred annuity? It is nothing but cash flow into present value annuity factor. This factor you use with the help of K, that is Ki or Ki. So that is 10% and the number of years is 5. This formula is very simple, CF into present value annuity factor by using I and N. Present value annuity factor is 10% for 5 years. Okay, 2000 into 10% for 5 years. So you will see table number 4, that is 10% for 5 years. So it is 3.7908. 3.7908 into 2000, you get the present value as rupees 7,580. So this was a sum on present value. Is this clear, students? Yes? Yes, students, is this problem clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now
Yes, ma'am.
ahead little complex problem, which is not complex if you all have understood the previous problems. Okay, so let us understand what are they exactly telling in this particular problem. What is the PV of an income stream which provides 2000 a year for the first 5 years and 3000 a year for every year thereafter if the discount rate is 10%? So what is the present value of an income stream which is providing 2000 a year for first 5 years and 3000 a year thereafter if discount rate is 10%? So can anyone first explain me this question? Because if you all have understood the question, then you all will be able to understand the solution. So can anyone tell me what this question is exactly stating? Yes, students? Can anyone take an attempt to understand what this question means exactly? Can anyone try? Yes? Does anyone want to try, or should I move ahead? Yes, students? It's simple, right? Does anyone want to try? At least answer. Yes, students? No, now am I not audible to you all?
Ma'am.
I'm audible. Now, do you all want to attempt to understand the question? Because see, now when complex problems come, it is very important to understand the question. Then you will understand which formulas to be used. Okay, since no one is answering, let me move ahead.
Ma'am,
See,
are you
what are they
given
telling is
annuity?
for the. Okay, someone wants to answer. Okay, move. You can proceed. Tell me.
Ma'am, multiple unequal cash flow.
Multiple unequal cash flow. Okay, so since 2-3 elements are mixed in this, first let me explain the question to you all, then I will take the solution from you itself. Okay, first if you all understand the question, you will be able to give the solution. See students, first of all what they're telling, just look at the first part of the problem. Okay, up to here. So they are asking you to calculate the present value, which is already given in the problem, so no need to put head with whether you have to calculate present value or future value of an income stream which is providing 2000 a year for first 5 years. So for the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, 5 year, fifth year, totally for the first 5 years, it is going to, the income that is going to flow to you is 2000 rupees. Okay, so tell me, for the first part of the problem, which formula are you going to use? See, there is equal cash flow for the first 5 years, that is first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, you are going to get 2000 rupees. So when you're getting equal cash flow, what series of equal cash flow, what it is termed as, students? What is the name given to series? Annuity. Okay. Since it is not given in the problem that it is at the beginning of the income is flowing at the beginning or the income is flowing at the end, what are you going to assume? What are you going to consider it as? Which
Deferred
annuity?
annuity.
And very good. Very good. So for deferred annuity students, what is the formula for present value? Yes.
Cash flow into
For deferred.
present value annuity
Yes.
factor.
Very good. Very good. Present value annuity factor. How do you calculate? Or how do you determine the value under present value annuity factor? By using I and N. Now pay attention to your students. We will be solving this step by step. Okay. So first we solve only this part of the problem. So if we look into the solution, calculation of present value of deferred annuity. So present value, as you all told me the formula, which is absolutely correct, is nothing but cash flow into present value annuity factor. This factor you use by using I and N. Now what is the I should I take and what is the N should I take? See, this cash flow is nothing but 2000 rupees. Now 2000 rupees you're getting only for the first 5 years. So N is obviously going to be 5 years. Okay. And the rate of interest is 10%, which is given in the problem. So you're going to take I as 10%. So 2000 into this present value annuity factor, you're going to see the table number 4, since it is the series of equal payments. So table number 4, 10% for 5 years. So 10% for 5 years is again 3.7908. So you took it as 3.7908. So you got the present value as rupees 7,582. So up to here is the problem. First of all, is the question and problem up to here clear? Yes, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay,
ma'am.
next you all have to answer. Okay, and rupees 3000 a year thereafter. That means after 5 years. After 5 years, they are going to get 3000 rupees a year thereafter. Is N specified, students? Up to when he's going to get 3000 rupees? Is it specified that for next 10 years or next 15 years? Is it specified?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, so if it is not specified, how do we calculate present value of this 3000 rupees? What is the term given in FM
Perpetuity.
Perpetuity. Very good. So how do you calculate present value of a perpetuity? What is the formula?
Annual cash flow divided by discount.
Correct. Okay. So we solve the second part of the uh, problem. So present value is nothing but cash flow divided by R. So present value is nothing but 3000 divided by 10%. So we get present value as 30,000. Now up to here is the problem clear? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now pay attention. This is very important what I am explaining. Now pay attention. Students, this 3000 is arising a year for every year thereafter. Means from the 6th year, this 3000 is arising. Does everyone agree with that? Is 3000 arising from the first year itself or it is arising after 5th year?
After 5th year.
After 5th year.
Okay, okay. Now, this formula that we have used, okay, CF divided by R, and we got it as 30,000. Is this formula actually used from the first year itself, or have we considered it after 5 years?
After 5 years.
After 5 years.
How have we
After
considered
5
this
years.
after 5 years? Any? Okay, okay, students. So simply all question, you'll answer me. How is this formula? Where it is given in this formula that we have considered this after 5 years? So students, pay attention. This formula we have considered from first year itself, because in this formula there is no n. So this 30,000 rupees, what we have got the present value, this is considering from 3000 arising from the first year itself, because in perpetuity formula there is no n. So how does this particular formula know that it is arising after 5 years? Does it know that it is arising after 5 years? Yes?
No, ma'am.
Your n is not there. Correct. So what we have to do is, first for 5 years, first 5 years, we have to remove the present value of 3000. Okay. Then what we have to do is, this 30,000 minus the present value of first 5 years for a cash flow of 3,000 rupees, you have to deduct from this 30,000. Then you will get purely the present value of 3,000 rupees from the 6th year onwards. Now, is whatever I have told, is it clear, students, or do I need to repeat once again?
Ma'am,
Yes,
repeat
students?
please.
Okay. I will just show you all, I think, with the help of a diagram, if possible. Okay, students. Now pay attention to this line, students. Everyone, students, see, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, and from 6th year onwards, we are getting 3,000 rupees. Is it visible to everyone? I'm just putting my theory in a form of
Yes, ma'am.
okay, in the form of a diagram, so that you'll understand practically. Now, what is happening here? We don't know n, so it may be 11 years, 12 years, 13 years, 14 years. We don't know what is n. Okay, now for first 5 years we are getting 2,000 rupees. Is this clear? That we have found out the PV. Now from 6th year onwards up to infinity, okay, from 6th year onwards up to infinity, we are getting 3,000 rupees. Is this clear? So when we calculated the present value of a perpetuity, the formula always takes from the first year. because in the formula of present value of perpetuity does not have n in it. So it does not know that whether we have taken it from the 6th year, from the 7th year. So it always takes from the first year. Okay, so what that formula has done, that formula has taken 3000 every year from the first year itself. Now, so from the first year itself, it has taken the present value as 30,000 rupees that we have seen in our calculation. But now what we need to do, we need to actually find out from only 6th year, correct? So what we will do is, first we'll calculate for the first 5 years. If 3000 is given every year, what is the present value? So we get for the first 5 years what is going to be the present value of this 3000 rupees. Then and we require the 6th year. So what we'll do, from the first year up to infinity minus from the first year up to 5 years. So obviously we'll get the answer from the 6th year up to infinity. Is this clear? Is this clear, students? Once again, I repeat,
Yes,
for
ma'am.
those students it is not clear. The formula of present value of perpetuity starts from the first year. Okay, but we have cash flow arising from the 6th year, which is 3000. Now from 6th year to 10th year, to infinite number of years, if I have to calculate the present value, so I have to minus 1 to 5 years, the present value of 3000 rupees from 1 to 5 years. I have to minus that value. If I minus that value, obviously I will get the value from 6th year to infinity. Is this clear to everyone now? Yes?
Yes,
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. Now
Yes, ma'am.
let me just ask you all the question, okay? Now if I want to find out the value from 6 to n, and in the formula of present value of perpetuity, it has calculated the value from 1 to n. How will I get the value from 6 to n? Suppose the present value of perpetuity gives me the formula from 1 to n. Okay, n is indefinite period of time. So 1 to n, the present value of perpetuity formula gives me the value from 1 to n. Now I just want it from 6 to n. So what should I do? What will be my next step? Calculate this 3000 rupees arising every year from 1 to 5. I will calculate. And if I want only 6 to n, what I will do? I will minus 1 to n from 1 to 5. Then obviously what will be remaining is from 6 to n. Is this clear? Yes? So tell me what is going to be my next step. Now I have already calculated from 1 to n in the perpetuity formula, that is cash flow divided by discount rate. So I've already calculated 1 to n. What is going to be my next step?
We have to
Now we
calculate
have to
from 1 to
calculate
5
1 to 5.
Now
and then deduct
1
it
to 5.
from
How I'm going to calculate? Okay, very good, students. How
using
I'm
the
going to
same
calculate
formula.
1 to 5 now? Correct. That is present value into cash flow into present value annuity factor. So I get perpetuity formula. You cannot use, students, because perpetuity formula is to be used when you do not know n. Now only to calculate from 1 to 5. Do I need to use perpetuity formula? I know only for 5 years I have to calculate 3000 rupees cash flow arising every year. So how can I use perpetuity formula when I know what is number of time period, or when I know the number of years? Should I use perpetuity formula, or should I use deferred annuity formula, present value of deferred annuity formula? Which formula should I use to calculate 1 to 5? Very good.
Deferred
So
annuity.
what is going to be my formula? Cash flow into present value annuity factor. Now what is going to be the present value annuity factor? You require I and N. Now N is going to be how much? What is the N I'm going to
5
take in
years.
that?
5 years.
And
5 years.
I, very good. And I,
10%.
10%.
okay. After getting the answer, suppose I get some answer. Next step, what am I going to do? If I want to know 6 to n, what is the next step I'm going to do?
minus 1 to 5.
Take the total from 1 to n minus 1 to 5 total. I'm going to get 6 to n total. Is that clear? Now everyone has understood the logic of the steps. So let us, okay, now let us go ahead to the solution. So what I have done is, I have taken this 30,000 is from 1 to the infinite number of years. Now what I have to do is, next is take the formula of present value of a deferred annuity for a period of first 5 years, because 3,000 is arising after 6th year, sorry, after 5th year. So present value is nothing but cash flow into present value annuity factor, that is 10% for 5 years. So 3,000 into 10% for 5 years, we have already seen in the table number 4, it is 3.7908. So the present value will come up to 11,372.4. Now I have to not stop here, students. The answer will not conclude here. What I have to do, from the total, from 1 to n number of years, the value is 30,000, but I have to deduct the first 5 years value. So 30,000 minus 11,372.4. So I get the present value of this 3,000 rupees, which is arising from 6th year to nth year, as 18,627.6. Is this clear, students? Up to here, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, what is happening? I'll just show you in the diagram itself. This year it was 2000. I was getting 2000 for 5 years, which already I got the answer. I have taken the answer. And from 6th year to nth year, I was getting 3000. I have got that answer also. So if I add both the answers, I will get the total present value. Okay. So the total present value will be 18,627.6 plus 7,582. So when I add this both, I get the total present value, which is 26,209.6. Now, is this problem clear? Did you all understand logically why we have followed the steps, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, very good. Now we move ahead to the next problem. Okay. What amount must be deposited today in order to earn an annual income of 5,000, okay, beginning from the end of 15 years from now? The deposit earns 10% per year. So you all have to tell me, what am I supposed to do in years? What is the question? Can anyone explain me what is the question first? Yes? Can anyone take an attempt to explain the question? Based on whatever we have solved earlier, just understand and let me know what it is. Yes? Okay. So let me explain. They are telling today what amount should I deposit? Means they are asking for the present value. That is very clear, because what amount should be deposited today? They want to know the value of today. So that is the present value. In order to earn an annual income of 5,000, they want to earn an annual beginning from the end of the 15 years. Means first 15 years, they do not want anything. Okay. First 15 years, they do not want anything. They want that the flow of income should arise after the end of 15 years. Okay, that is from the 16 year onwards. So from the end of 15 years, so 15 years also will be included. Okay, now beginning from the end of 15 years, what does this mean? Means the annual income should start flowing from when? From starts from. Beginning means here starts from. See, interpret the sentence properly. beginning from the end of 15 years. Means the annual income of 5,000 should start from the end of 15 years. It is to be interpreted like this. The question, they may try to confuse you, beginning from the end of 15 years. So you will think it is annuity due, but no, students, understand what the sentence actually means. Annual income of rupees 5,000 starting from the end of 15 years means the income should start flowing to that person from the end of 15 years. So first 14 years he do not want any income. Okay, he wants that the income should start flowing from the end of 15 years, so that the deposit and the deposit earns a 10% per year. So students, have they given for how many years should the income be flowing? Like it should, the start year is given, is the end year given? The start year is they want the income to be flowing from the end of 15 years, but is the end year given? Like is the last year given up to which the income should flow? Is it given in the
No.
problem?
No,
Okay,
ma'am.
so if it is not, okay, so if it is not given in the problem, which formula are you going to use?
Perpetuity.
Very
Per
good. So very good. So what you have to do is first find the present value of perpetuity. Now, in this problem, in this formula of present value of perpetuity, we have to always start it from the first year itself. So from first year up to indefinite period of time, it is 5,000 rupees. So what is the present value of a perpetuity? 5,000 divided by 10%, which gives you 50,000. Now, I'll just again show it in that same, okay, see your students. Eleven, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now this whatever we have calculated present value for perpetuity, it is from first year to the nth year. Okay, but they want that uh, the income should start flowing from the 15th year to the nth year. Now you all tell me, based on the previous problem, how are you going to solve this problem? See students, we have calculated present value of a perpetuity because in the problem n was not given up to when he is going to receive the uh, annual income. So we solved the perpetuity formula, which always calculates from the first year. So from the first year to nth. Is the question understood by everyone, first of all? Yes, students? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now can you all tell me, see what is happening here? We have calculated the present value from 1 to n years. But they want that, but the income is going to flow only from 15th year. So what we have to do to find out the present value?
Now we have to calculate till 14 years then, deferred
Very
annuity,
good. Very
and
good.
then minus.
Very good. So now I think you all have understood how to solve it. Okay, so let us see a solution. Let us see the solution. So calculation of present value of a deferred annuity. Okay, this should come here. And this is calculation of present value of perpetuity. Okay, students. Now, first we have to calculate the present value of perpetuity. So 5,000 divided by 0.10, we got 50,000. So this is total from 1 year to nth year. Now, calculation of present value of a deferred annuity. Okay, why deferred? Because it is starting from the end of 15 years. This is, don't take it as annuity due, students. This is the sentence which you need to interpret it correctly. Means the income is starting to flow, they are telling, from the end of 15 years. So it is deferred annuity. So as someone rightly said, first you have to calculate the present value of deferred annuity for the first 14 years up to year, first 14 years. So it is 5,000 rupees into 10% for 14 years. So we have to see table number 4. So in table number 4, we have to see 10% for 14 years. So 10% for 14 years. It is 7.3667. So 7.3667 into 5,000 is 36,833. Now, what is the next step, students? We have got the value from 1 to n. We have got the value from 1 to n. We have got the value from 1 to 14. Now, how do we calculate the present value from 15 to n? What we have to do, students? Yes, students?
Perpetuity formula.
We have to take the total minus the value for the first 14 years, then we get the value. So therefore 50,000 minus 833.5, you get 13,166.5. Is this problem clear, students? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now let us move ahead to problem number 11. Now this question, at least I want you all to explain me the question, okay? Just to know whether you all are able to interpret the question. What is the present value of an income stream which provides 1,000 at the end of first year, 2,500 of the second year, and 5,000 during each of the years from 3 years to 10 years if the discount rate is 12%. See, in the exam, if they give you 3 through 10, it means from 3 years to 10 years. Okay, if the discount rate is 12%, can anyone explain me what all elements of present value are included in this particular problem and what this problem actually states? Yes, students? Can anyone do an attempt of explaining this problem? Yes.
Ma'am, present value of multiple unequal cash flow.
Okay. So
Ma'am,
what
here
is
the question is divided into 3.
what?
Here the question is actually divided into 3. In the first statement, they're asking us to calculate the single flow for the particular amount. And for the
Very
second,
good.
also, they're asking us to do the same, I guess. And for the third, they're asking us that 5,000 during each year. So this means it is annuity. Annuity for deferred thing.
Very good. Very good. So what, as she rightly said, she's correctly said that here the first part is they're telling 1,000 for the first year. So at the end of first year, you're going to get 1,000. So this is a single flow. That is 1,000 you're getting at the first year. So for a single cash flow, students, first we are going to solve this problem step by step. Okay. Now, what is the present value of an income? I'll just put it in the read mode. Okay, what is the present value of an income stream which provides 1,000 at the end of first year? Now, at the end of first year, you're just going to get 1,000. Now, how to calculate present value of a single cash flow? So, see the solution for the first year. How to calculate present value of a single cash flow? You have two formulas. Either do A divided by 1 plus R raised to N or cash flow, that is 1,000 into present value factor. Choice is yours, whichever formula you can use. So 1,000 divided by 1 plus the rate of interest is, discount rate is 12%. So 0.10 raised to N. Why N? Because it is only at the end of 1 year. So you're taken N as 1. So 1,000 divided by 1.12, you get present value as 892.85. So this is the present value of 1,000 rupees which you are receiving at the end of 1 year. So is this first part clear to everyone? Yes, students? Is the first part clear? We'll solve this step by step.
Yes,
Is it clear? Okay.
Yes,
the second part is, it is receiving 2,000 2,500 at the end of second year. So in the second year, it is receiving 2,500. So 2,500 at the end of second year. So what is its present value today? Again, it is a single cash flow that you're receiving at the end of second year. So again, the same formula for single cash flow, that is present value is equals to A divided by 1 plus R raised to N. So 2,500 divided by 1 plus 0.12 raised to 2. So 2,500 divided by 1.2544. You know how to solve this. 1.12 raised to 2. You know how to solve this. That comes to 1.2544. So the present value, okay, of 2,500, what you're receiving at the end of 2 years, today the value is 1,992.9. So up to here, is it clear to everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Now, the third part of the problem is rupees 5,000 during each of the years, okay, from 3 to 10 years, if the discount rate is 12%. Now, here is the number of years given, students, at 5,000 we are receiving from 3 years to 10 years. So, is the do we know up to when we are going to receive 5,000, or we don't know? First question, first answer me that. Yes, students.
We know that.
Is n known to you, or is n unknown to you?
N is known.
N is known. So should we use perpetuity formula? No. We have to use the formula. If n is known, remember students, if n is known, you should not use perpetuity formula. You have to use annuity deferred formula or annuity due formula, depending upon the question. Now, here rupees 3,000 during each of the years from 3 to 10. Since nothing is mentioned at the end beginning, always take it as end. So see here, 3 to 10 years, it becomes how much? 7 years. So present value of deferred annuity is nothing but cash flow into present value annuity factor I comma n. Now cash flow is how much? 5,000 you're receiving from 3 to 10 years. So 5,000 into what is the present value annuity factor? What you will take I you will take as 12%, and N you will take as 7 years. Okay, N you are going to take as 7 years. So 5% for 7 years. Sorry, 12% for 7 years. So 12% for 7 years. The value here is 4.5638. So 4.5638. You get the, when you multiply this two, you get the present value as 22,819. Now, does our calculation stop here, students? Yes, students? No, our calculation does not stop here. Why? I will again explain you, I think, with the help of the line. Okay. Is this clear to everyone? Is this visible to everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now what is happening, students? Just a second. I'm just, whatever I've explained, I'm just putting in the form of this. Okay. Now what happened here is, from 3 to 10 years, okay, we have got the value as 22,819. So the value from year to year, since we have taken 7 years, it is 22,819. But we want to find the present value, means present value is value as on today. Okay, so value as on today for the first one was 392.85, for the second one 2.9. Okay, so from now, students pay attention. Okay, the first 1,000 rupees we got the value as on today as 892.85. For the next we got the value as at the end of second year we brought it, then we got the value of 1992.9. now for 3 to 10 we got the value as on the present value as on the third year as 22,819. Now this 22,819, if we want to find out as on today, what we have to do, students? Suppose this is a future value at the end of 3 years, present value at the end of 3 years, present value at the beginning of the 3 years is 22,819. Correct? We got it from 3 to 10 years. Is this clear? From 3 to 10 years, we got this value as 22,819. Now this value, if we have to get it till today, that is as on today, okay, because the cash flow is arising from third year. It is not arising from the beginning of the year. 5,000 rupees is arising from the third year. So we got the present value as on the third year. The third year is 22,819. Now if we have to bring down this present value up to year 0, what we have to do? We have to consider this as a future value of third year, and when we have to bring it down to the year as on today, what we have to do? Consider this as a single cash flow and bring it up to year. So we are going to use the formula P is equals to A divided by 1 plus R raised to N. So A is 22,819 divided by 1 plus 0.12 raised to 2. Okay, so P is nothing but 18,191.16. So this value also we have got it here as 18,191.16. So what is the total present value as on today? We have to add this 3. That is 892.85 plus 1992.9 plus 18,191.16. So the total present value of all these cash flows, single or multiple, is 21,076.91. Is this clear, students? Is this problem clear? Treat this as a single cash flow and bring it down to value as on today. So you can consider this again as a future value at the year 3 and bring it down to the present value. Is this clear, students? Is this problem clear? Yes, students?
Yes, ma'am.
To everyone, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then let me ask you all one question. Why we did not conclude the answer here itself? Why we had to solve this particular step? Can anyone explain me? Yes? Yes, students? Because we have to find out the present value, that is value as on today. Okay, but what present value we found out here was the present value at the end of third year. So this third year value, we have to bring the value as on today. So if we have to bring this value as on today, we have to consider this as a future value. Okay, because it is, we have to find out the value as on today, and as on the third year we know the value is 22,819. So if this value we want to bring it to the value as on today, we have to use the formula of a single cash flow and get the value, because we want to find out the present value. So we have to bring down or break down all the elements and up to year 0 or 1. Is this clear, students? Yes? Yes, students?
Yes, ma'am.
So here it is year 0 and here it will be 1. Is this clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Once again, I'm asking, is this problem clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
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 Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So we'll solve few more problems in the next class, mixed problems. So thank you so much, students. We are done for the class for today. Thank you.